Hey, this is Darius Ramsey with Berkshire Hathaway and the Ramsey Rhoads Real Estate Group. One of the questions that I get asked all the time, is, hey, I'm finally ready to go ahead and purchase a new home. I have no idea what I'm doing. Where do I begin? So that's what this video is going to be about. I'll tell you a little bit more. So most people feel as though when they're ready to go buy a house, the first phone call that they actually should make is to a real estate agent. We're not going to complain about that. It's partly right. One of the first questions that we actually ask as real estate agents is, hey, how are you going to be paying for your home? Are you going to be paying cash? Or are you going to be applying for a mortgage? If you're going to be applying for a mortgage, one of the first things that we want to do is make sure that you get pre-qualified. The reason why is we want to make sure that, one, the purchase price is going to be accurate, and what you are able to afford. But the most important thing is we want to know what financing terms and types you're going to be using. Not all homes are going to fit for each financing type that's out there. So that's one of the biggest reasons why we actually want you, our person, to go ahead and get pre-qualified, so that we'll know the purchase price and we'll know the terms and type of loans that you're going to be approved for. So whether it's you're getting conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, we need to know, because not all homes are actually available for each loan type that there is. One of the things that we want to make sure that we pay attention to, and a lot of people will say, you know what, hey, this agent keeps asking me about pre-approval. It's not that we want to waste our time or we see it as a waste of time by taking a person out that's not pre-approved. We just want to make sure that we are looking in the correct price range that you want to be in, and we know what your financial details are. We want to be able to say, you know what, hey, we're looking at homes that's going to put you in a certain dollar range. So let's say you want your mortgage payment to be no more than $1,500. Well, that could put you in a certain particular price range depending on what your taxes and insurance is going to be. A newer homes, less insurance. So those are a lot of things that kind of play into it, where it's not just what the purchase price is going to be, but we want to make sure that you're living comfortably. So we want to make sure that we're going to be listening to what you're telling us as far as what you feel comfortable in making a mortgage payment in, and also make sure that the lender is going to be okay with that as well. There are a lot of people that will come to us and say, you know what, hey, my credit's strong, I'm good, I don't want them pulling my credit, I don't want to go ahead and get pre-approved until I found the house that I really like. The downside to that is, one, if you think that your credit is great and you're looking, depending on where you're looking, whether you're looking on Credit Karma or some of the other ones that are out there, sometimes those are off. So where you may think that you're in a position where your credit is going to be strong enough or your debt to income ratio is going to be great, that once you talk to a lender, they may say, you know what, hey, we need to pump the brakes on that. There's some things that are a little bit inaccurate, or they use a different scoring model. So whereas the lenders will use FICO, some of those other places may use Vantage. But either way, one of the first things that we want to do is make sure we can put you in touch with a lender, just to make sure that you're going to be good and they have a chance to review and verify your income, look at your debt, look at your credit score. So there's a lot of things that play into getting pre-approved outside of just what your credit score is. Another reason why we want to make sure that you get pre-qualified is when we're in such an extreme seller's market that we are right now, is going to be vital, where homes are coming up on the market, and if they're priced right, you're going to have multiple offers within the first 24 to 48 hours. But if we're out looking at this home and you love it, you're interested, you want to write an offer, but now we have to sit back and wait, whether it's a day, 2 days, 3 days, for the lender to come and issue a pre-approval letter, you could actually miss out on your dream home. Another reason why we actually stress getting a pre-approval is just in case your credit score is not where it needs to be, or your debt to income ratio is a little bit too high. At least having that conversation now is going to make sure that we put our plan together, an action plan together, so that you can be a homeowner in a certain set time frame. So we had that conversation, and you need to pay off this collection, that collection, or if you do X, Y, and Z over the course of the next 3 months, you're going to put yourself in an even better position where your credit score is going to raise, your interest rate is going to come down, and you're going to be in the best position as possible. This way, if you're thinking like, hey, probably in about 6 months I'm going to be ready, well, let's have that conversation with the lender now, so that we can let them know, like, hey, I want to be ready in 6 months. What do I need to do to make sure that I'm ready and I'm in the best position possible financially? And also credit score wise, I'm in the best position possible so that in 6 months, we're going to be ready to rock and roll. Thanks for watching. So make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm actually going to be going into part 2 and part 3 in future videos. We try to post at least once a week. So the next one's actually going to be more so of like, hey, we're pre-approved. What is the next step? Outside of going out looking at houses, how can we put together strong offers on a home that you really love so that when we're in the high seller's market, what can we do to make sure that we're writing offers that are going to get accepted? Stay tuned.